Darnell Nicole. I just love the show. And
You do?
it's so funny because, and this is just a little fangirl, I guess, we have the same birth date.
Really?
Yeah,
Piscean?
I know, right? March 18th. I'm just like, oh my God, no wonder I love her.
Cool. I know, that's so cool. I always thought about that. The only other person I know with our birthday is Queen Latifah.
Oh, let's see. Someone else has Queen Latifah. Who else has our birthday? I wanted to say it's not Elizabeth Taylor, but there's another one where I was just like, damn, this is awesome.
Oh, yeah. I know, right?
I was like, I will keep that
cool.
company any day. So, I don't know. And just reading it was like, oh, no wonder she's one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when they gave me the opportunity to do the interview, and it was like, no, these are my favorites right here.
Yes. I win.
Girls. Yeah. So anyways, I don't know. Yeah, I just thought, and then just reading about you and then watching you, and it's like, no, I totally get it. And there's some things that I've read in previous interviews that you've done. It's like, oh my gosh, these are things that I've said too. And
yeah.
So whatever. No, okay. Enough
I know. No, I totally believe in that stuff.
I don't know if I'm going to not be able to be a fan while we're doing our interview without some.
You're so cute.
Well, thank you. I just congratulations on WAGS. I mean, WAGS Miami.
Thank you.
I just think it's so cool. The whole show is pretty intriguing. And the initial thought of WAGS, when you read about it, women and girlfriends of sports athletes and sports stars, it kind of makes you wonder, well, are these girls, is there any depth to them? Are they just chasing fame? And, but of course you need to watch the show to find out that it's not that. These women definitely have identities of their own.
Right, exactly.
What made you decide to do this, to put yourself, because when these reality shows, you really do put yourself out there.
Yeah, you really do. And it was terrifying. It was really hard for me to initially commit to it, and I'd been approached to do a few other ones, like in years past, but I always said no. But I think the timing was just perfect for WAGS Miami. And, I was at a really low place. I had moved out, and I was on my own with the baby. And I was basically just looking for something to grab onto. I had been dependent for about 3 years at that particular time, and just kind of lost myself and lost my way. So that opportunity popped up, and I really didn't have anything else. So, it kind of happened perfectly.
You follow your gut pretty well. You've got a nice intuition about you that guides you correctly.
Yeah.
You seem to be the balance of the ladies, bringing that in. There's just this, when Darnell comes in, there's just kind of this calm that shows up. I don't know if you feel it, but it shows up on screen.
And I've heard that from the other girls, and I think they kind of categorize it as like fear, but I'm like, fear? Like, why? And they're like, no, it's not fear, it's a respect. It's more of a respect thing. And so I don't know where it comes from, but I mean, I'm appreciative. And I'm glad that they'll kind of steer clear of coming at me too hard.
Well, I think as typical Pisces that we are, we're pretty calm, we're pretty cool until somebody starts to.
Yes.
They kind of underestimate. They just think, wow, you're so chill and you're just so calm. But it's like, until you kind of cross that line, and then it's going to switch up really fast.
Exactly, girl. Yes, you said it perfectly, because that is exactly how I would, really view how I am. Yeah.
We just kind of sit back and watch, and then it's like, I'm cool, you do you, I'll do me. But if you want to,
Yeah, because if you want to go there, I'll go there. I'll show you now.
And we're pretty tolerant. We're pretty patient, I think, too. So I think.
Yeah.
So everybody listening, be warned, with the Pisces, you got to be,
tread lightly.
Tread lightly. You might want to do some research about us, because it's... So the other gals that are on the show with you, we've got, there's Ash, she cracks me up, Hensha, Astrid, we've got Claudia, Vanessa, who am I missing? I know I'm missing
Matisha.
And Matisha. Did you all know each other before you started the show, or did you get to know each other as you do the show?
Miami is very tiny, so whenever you are in the athlete circle, you always run into the other girls, and so we'd all known each other around, and that's just how it goes. I think some of us have been in the athlete circle like a few times around, And some of us, have been with the guys, before they were in the league. And I think there's a big difference there. But, yeah, we all knew each other around.
And talk about it, because you're engaged to Rashad Jones he's of the Miami Dolphins. And how's the engagement going?
Oh, girl, did you watch that debate last night? That was crazy.
Are you trying to change the subject on me?
What you talking about? No.
That's pretty funny. So let's talk a little bit about your relationship. How did you guys meet?
We met in college in Atlanta. I went to Clark Atlanta University. He was a Georgia Bulldog. So I was out shopping one day with a friend, and he approached me. And I kind of made him wait it out a little bit, because I was like, I don't know if I should give you my number. You're too young. And I'm like totally into guys in their 30s right now. So I don't know why I was doing that to him, but he was so cute. So we hit it off and we dated for a while. But shortly after, I had an opportunity to move to New York, and I chose to do that and go and run and follow my dreams. And I was in New York for a few years before we reconnected. And eventually, the long-distance relationship wasn't working out like that. So I moved down here to be with him. And the rest is history.
Well, I don't know, because you won't share the history. You won't.
Girl, no, I'll give you history. I'm trying not to give you present.
The present and the future and where we're going. All right,
yes, because I'm not psychic. I don't know where we're going, but I know.
I don't believe a word of that. So we'll just put that on the record. Yeah. And Darnell, let me ask you, too, about the relationship with a professional athlete. And I don't know if this is obviously straight across the board or just maybe your personal experience. Is it? Because when you watch the show WAGS, and sometimes the way that's perceived is that these women are just chasing athletes, just chasing the money, looking for the fame. I mean, it also sometimes appears like, do these girls ever get to relax? I mean, they're constantly having to make sure that they stay fit, they stay hot, that they're right there. It appears, and this is all perception, so correct me, that they're at the beck and call, that they put their life aside, and they're just there to make sure they keep their man from the predatory women that are out there. Is that, I mean, I'm sure there's some truth to that for some women, but is that, like, the percentage of how true is that?
Well, every relationship is different, and I think a lot of it really depends on the guy. It has because you can be as, like comfortable in your own skin and just, have all of this self-esteem, but in this world, I'm telling you, it is so different, because the level of attractive women that approach them and are like just willing to do any and everything to them. I mean, it's terrifying. So there is this pressure to keep up appearances and make sure you look like this and you look like that. But a lot of it depends on the guy. If you have one of those athletes that, they're in the club every other night, they're constantly on social media, like just really out there, then it's going to be a lot harder for you. Well, because, it's scary. These women, especially in Miami, that's why, see, if we were like, I'm not going to give, never mind. I was going to give another location, but I'll keep my thoughts to myself.
Don't do that.
No, but in Miami, I mean, gosh, the women here are absolutely gorgeous. So, it gets tough. Well,
but to flip it around, all of you women are so gorgeous. Some of you are married. Some have fiancés, boyfriends. What's stopping anybody from approaching you? I mean, shouldn't that give, the men a little pause there to think, well, hold on.
No, girl. I just feel like there are just I think out here, there's just so many women out here, girl. I don't know where they come from. I don't know why they're here. But all I know is that it's hot out here. Everybody's half naked. Everybody got everything done on their body so that they're perfect. And that was a really big shock to me, when I first moved to Miami, because, I'm from the country. So, and I don't put a lot into my appearance, like in my everyday life. Like right now, I have on my uniform. That's what I call my uniform. I have my sneakers on and my tights and my T-shirt. My hair is in a bun, and I have on no makeup. That is where I feel most comfortable, and that's how I spend the majority of my days. Here, these girls wake up and go to the gym with a full face on. Like, it's a different world here, and I wasn't prepared for it. So I know when I initially moved here, you know, that really threw me off. And it does tug at your self-esteem.
No, I can totally see that. But those girls, don't they understand that when you sweat with a full face of makeup, that is not good for your skin?
Girl, I don't know. I don't think they really sweating though, because I mean, they got everything on their body already done, so they're not really working out. So they're just kind of in the gym, like taking selfies and, you know, like letting the guys check them out. That's my personal theory. Well, but hey, what do I know?
Oh, let's keep talking. We're going to find out what you know, Darnell. You do come from a small town, and one thing that you said growing up in Beaumont, Texas, you were bullied. People weren't really supportive. I mean, your friends. I mean, bullied by classmates of the girls. I mean, some things got physical.
Yes.
And you made the comment, which I totally get this, crabs in a bucket. And I know that analogy well, because it's like, no, whenever you're striving to do better, it is like crabs in a bucket. When someone's trying to get out of the bucket, that one crab, they're all pulling them back down.
Pulling them back down so that they can climb on top of their head and get out themselves.
That's right.
That's exactly what it felt like, yeah.
So what was that transition like for you, going from Texas, small town, to Atlanta, and then where you're at right now? I think that probably keeps you pretty grounded, and it does set you apart, because you've been in those, and you were creating your own identity and your own path and your own career prior to Rashad, and still. Yeah, definitely. It was an eye-opener. Moving to Atlanta that was the best thing I could have ever done, because I feel like I would have just gotten stuck there in Beaumont had I not left. You know, I know a lot of people who stayed, and, you know, it's so much harder to get out whenever you have a way out, like transitioning through by going to college and stuff like that. I just feel like it's so much easier. And moving to Atlanta, it was just eye-opening. There's a whole other world out there with, like, people that are supportive and, you know, like, have their own things going on, and, you know, will give you connections and just, like, you know, try to build you up. And I'd never experienced that before. And I was very much so a person that would, you know, try to mask my outer beauty, because I don't want people to judge me, you know, prejudge me, and always tie my hair up because it's so long, and I don't want people to, you know, think that I'm a girl that's like this when I'm not, you know, because I'm a very cool, laid-back, down-to-earth person. But I was used to people just judging what's on the outside and not giving me a chance. That, you know, I always found myself kind of covering up and going into a hermit crab so that people don't, you know, feel away when they're around me. And thankfully, moving to Atlanta, you know, I was able to just kind of break that shell open and slowly but surely, you know, feel comfortable in my own skin and feel comfortable being the beautiful woman inside and out that, you know, I am. Yeah, it does kind of suck when we try to make ourselves less to make the outside world feel better about themselves, and it's like, how does that happen, and where did that thought process come from? Do you have you had the opportunity to go back to Beaumont and maybe see some of these people that weren't quite so supportive and
Girl, no.
Look at me now.
I know, no. Well, I see a lot of them on Facebook now, and now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I wonder if they're all reading reading this article that I done where I spoke about all that. But you know what? Actually, right after I left for college, my mom sold the house and moved up to Dallas, and my sister ended up moving up to Dallas. So I don't have any family in Beaumont because, you know, we're originally from Lake Charles, Louisiana. So I never go back.
There's no reason to go back. Nothing holding you, no ties there anymore. It just kind of gave you that inner spirit and that inner strength that, to where you are today. So
and I'm thankful for it.
How do you keep your identity in this type of relationship, in the spotlight? How do you maintain your own identity? Because not that, and I don't sense this from you at all as far as your own ego, but your own identity, your creativity and being who you are. And maybe Rashad's ego, like, how is his ego? Is he pretty ego? Is he pretty chill? How does that work, that dynamic?
Well, I probably wouldn't be the best person to give that advice because I actually, am very open about the fact that I feel like I lost myself in the relationship. Whenever you transition from being an independent person to a dependent person, it strips you of all of these beautiful characteristics that you have without you even realizing it until it's too late, until you're already lost and gone. So that's kind of where I found myself, just kind of waking up one day and like, hey, who the hell am I? And like, what about all of those dreams that I had and all the things I wanted to accomplish? What happened to that? How did I get, lost in helping him build up his dream only and just taking care of him and taking care of the house and taking care of the baby? I really got lost in that process. So I would just say, if I could do anything different, I would have maintained my independence into coming into this relationship. But, I feel like as women, we get a lot of pressure and not that Rashad pressured me, but it's just, society. It's just the thing to do whenever you have a man that's financially secure and you're able to stay home with the child and do all of these things that he would otherwise have to pay other people to do. It's what you do. And that's kind of your contribution to the household because he's contributing financially and, you're contributing by cooking all of the meals and cleaning the house and being the chauffeur and running all of his errands and taking care of his businesses and, all of that. So if I could do it all again, I would have, maintained my independence and kept moving forward with the things that I wanted to do.
Well, and I know, and there's been a few bumps in the relationship, too, and I know some women probably would like to hear you talk a little bit, too, because I know there was some infidelity with Rashad, and you've been very...
That's actually so funny, because I really didn't say that. They actually cut my sentence, because what I had said was...
Oh, we just hit a nerve?
No, what I said was, I didn't move out. It's not that I moved out because Rashad was unfaithful, but all they played was Rashad was unfaithful. So that was a little bit, but I mean, I'm not going to lie now. It's too late. So whatever. Yeah, he was.
But so there was infidelity. So Rashad was unfaithful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See, that's something. It's like, girl, how did you bring that back? How did you? I mean, I admire that. I know a lot of women would have said, I'm out. And
well, I moved out. I immediately went and got the baby and I a townhouse down the street. I moved out. He and I didn't talk for 4 months. And then slowly but surely, he started to come around and ask if we could go to counseling, if we could try again, try to make our family work. And so we started going to counseling. We were doing a couples counseling every week as well as individual sessions every week. And then 6 months later is when he proposed.
And that's the work that a relationship, the fact that being able to do counseling and to come together like that. So I think and the fact that you're making the efforts and coming together, I think that's really cool. And was this person, the other woman, is she in that Miami? Do you see her? How does that go?
No. I mean, no, it wasn't that he'd had sex with another woman. It was just we were having this ongoing social media thing with him talking to other girls, and it was just one incident in particular where he was approached by a female that actually saw him when he was with me and our child. That to me was so low to even converse with that low of a female. Just that for me, I was good. I was like, yo, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm not about to subject myself or my child to this anymore. So I was out.
Oh my gosh. Talk about your clothing line, because you're a creative person for sure.
Yes, I am very. So yeah, I absolutely want to make clothing for all women, but my particular struggle has been because I'm 5'9", is finding maxi dresses that hit the ground and jeans that cover your ankles. So that was really just my push to start. this. And like I said, yeah, I absolutely, I want to include every size, but I just want to make sure that we're covered. And also, you know, more curvy women, because, you know, I am curvy, and a lot of jeans, you know, they'll have that back little open part, because,
gaps,
you know, my waist is smaller, but I have, you know, these childbearing hips, honey. So that's just my motivation behind the line.
When are we going to see it in stores? Where are we going to see it at? When will it be?
Well, I will be, it won't immediately be in stores. I'm going to start online. I'm going to open an online boutique, and I am working really, really hard, and hopefully by the end of the year, you know, I'll be able to start putting it out.
So when you see yourself, you know, on WAGS and you're watching the episodes, are you experiencing any regret in yourself or in your behavior at all?
No, not yet. I mean,
not yet.
I mean, thankfully, I'm very comfortable with who I am, so it's easy for me to be myself. You know, maybe everyone doesn't feel that way, and some people, you know, will like put up a front and act like they're one way, and so when the cameras are on, they're like, they have to be like this, and then, well, I don't have that issue, because I'm okay with being me. Anything I say, I stand by. So I mean, I just know myself, and I'm okay with, you know, how I'm being portrayed, because that's what I put out. Except for this last episode, girl, because let me tell you, they did not show everything. Now, I stand by everything I said, but they really showed me angry at the end of the show, but didn't show why I was so angry. So when situations like that happen, you're like, ugh, whatever, because you'll get a lot of like hate tweets and stuff like that, but I just keep going about my day.
Well, and that seems to be a common theme in any of the reality shows. It's like they cut that out. You didn't get to see the whole thing. And so, WAGS, will there be a reunion?
I don't know if we're supposed to say. But, yeah, because too late, I said it. Yeah, we are supposed to be doing a little something. So there are no set dates. So I'm not even sure if it's concrete, but hopefully. Yeah, we need one.
Oh, well, that's always my favorite part too, is a reunion. It's like, okay, now I want you to fill in the blanks and let's really get real.
Exactly.
And see what's happening. And then after some have seen themselves, some of them are a little like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that.
I know.
So that part's kind of cool. And it's like, I want to host that reunion, but I don't think that's going to happen. But, well, it's been awesome speaking with you, Darnell. I love your spirit, and we share the same birthday, so of course that's kindred spirit.
Yes. Hey.
So it's on E! Network on Sunday nights. WAGS, Wives and Girlfriends of Sports Stars. Everybody seems to love it. Miami seems to be kind of the favorite from what I'm reading and seeing.
Yeah, it's definitely entertaining.
Yeah. So where can we go, Darnell, if we want to follow you, learn more about you, the clothing line? Where do we go?
Okay, yes. Instagram and Twitter, it's Darnell Nicole. Nothing special about the spelling. DarnellNicole. And Snapchat at Darnell_Nicole.
Awesome.
Come and follow me. And, see about my life.
Well, it's been great talking with you. Have a great rest of your day. And
thank you.
Hopefully I'll get to talk to you again in the future.
Yes, absolutely.